right. Good afternoon. We're here for the mayor's budget hearing with the Planning Commission. And if you've been watching these at all, I know you've been all glued to the TV watching these. You'll know that I start off with a little intro. Over the last couple of years, we've added significant revenues to the Metro budget, which have allowed us to expand services in most of our departments and make enhancements more or less across the board. This year, we don't anticipate that we'll have such a significant increase in revenue, so we've asked departments to come in with essentially a status quo budget. That way we can stay within the the historically low tax rate that we have, and continue to provide the community with the same level of service. And joined this afternoon by the Finance Director, Talia Lomax O'Neill, and by the City's Chief Strategy Officer, Brian Kelsey, Council Lady Taneka Vircher, the Chair of the Council's Budget and Finance Committee, has been here, I think, with us for virtually all of our hearings, and she is here again today. So with that, Mr. Lehman, if you could introduce yourself and those who were with you and to give us a brief presentation, we would appreciate it.
Okay, good afternoon. I am Bob Lehman. I'm the Interim Executive Director at the Planning Department, and with me today is our Chairman, Greg Atkins, Chairman of the Metro Planning Commission. And to my right is George Rooker. He's our Special Projects Manager and Chief Financial Officer. And behind me is Jeffrey Leach. He's the Finance Officer that deals with the day-to-day finances within our department. And I think we're going to start off with our Chairman making a few remarks.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having us, Mayor. Always a pleasure to come before this the administration. And first of all, I want to assure you, Bob is, as he said, the interim director. We are well under our way. We appointed Bob right after the director, Doug Sloan, left. He's doing a great job. We started a national search, just to bring you up to speed very quick. I know you may know most of this, but want to make sure that everybody knows about this. We partnered with Metro Human Resources in coordinating this hiring process. Very quickly, we've established two committees. One is a subject matter expert subcommittee that just met last week. We did a national search. We had about 60 applicants, and they have narrowed it down to 6 folks. And the interview panel, which is the second phase of the process, we'll be interviewing those panelists in April, sometime in April. We're trying to coordinate everyone's schedule. The thing that was important to me was that it was balanced with community leaders, people also industry folks, but diversity. And we thought that that was very important in both the subject matter expert subcommittee and also the interview subpanel. And we feel like we've established that with Shannon Hall, who is the Director of Human Resources. So that's well underway. We expect hopefully that to wrap up and look forward to working with you all on that. I can say that Metro has grown. Nashville is a growing city, and a lot of that growth has to be managed by the Planning Commission. I think Bob and the staff and the team, in prior years, we've given you all a little graph to go over that, but we've handled a lot of permits. Mostly these permits, I'd say where most of the work takes place is in SPs, specific plans. The council knows about that a lot, and then subdivisions. And so we had a peak in FY17 of about 1,500 of these applications/permits, and we're still above, in 2018, still above 2016 levels. That's projected. So we thought this would be interesting information for you. While it's slowed down slightly from 17 projected, the staff is still, I would argue, extremely busy, extremely passionate. And some of the highlights that we've had during the past year, we've had 5 new planning commissioners. So there's been a lot of education out of the 10-member planning commission. And so we've had a lot of turnover. So we initiated those planning staff. We've conducted 5 extra work sessions on top of that. I feel like the commission can easily do a status quo. I'm going to let Bob talk about that, but we are here to help and continue the work of planning a great city. Bob?
I'm just going to give a brief overview of our budget and where we are. The planning department budget is a total of about $5.1 million, and we have 47 full-time employees in the planning department. And as Greg said, we're sort of asking for the status quo. We're not asking for any improvements this year. We are able to work within our existing budget in the coming year. One major change that took place during this past year was that the Metropolitan Planning Organization moved out as were the fiscal agent of the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and they have moved into the Greater Nashville Regional Council, and so we are no longer their fiscal agent. And this does not really impact our budget, even though when you look at our budget, there are some in prior years the dollar amounts show up there because we monitor those funds, but we don't actually get to spend those funds. We're just a pass-through agency for the Metropolitan Planning Organization and those grant funds. I would say that the regional transportation planning efforts within our department and within the city are really not impacted by that to date. They're still close by. We still have daily interaction with the folks at the MPO. We have collaboration on a daily and weekly basis about data and various things that they're working on and that we're working on. And we actually retained one planner from the MPO. When they moved over there was one planner that stayed, and he works on data analysis, research, and he provides a direct link to communicate with the MPO. So that's been really helpful over this past several months since they moved out of our building. Another change since last year was the newly created Division of Transportation was funded. We received 3 new positions during last year's budget to start that Division of Transportation, which also helps us coordinate between different agencies that deal with transportation, such as Public Works, Planning, and MTA. It has allowed us to work directly with Public Works on traffic impact study analysis, traffic calming for intersection prioritization programs. It has also allowed us to keep up with the new sidewalk ordinance. We have lots of cases that go in front of the Board of Zoning Appeals, and our Transportation Division works with Public Works, and we make recommendations on variances that are going before the Board of Zoning Appeals. So we review a lot of those sidewalk ordinances that did not exist in prior years. The Division of Transportation also supervises the Complete Trips program, which are 3 TDOT grant positions that we received. This is geared towards educating different organizations such as Metro and the state and large businesses on how to reduce trips, including rideshare programs, the use of transit, flex work schedules, and telecommuting. So we're gearing up over the next 3 years for those grant positions to start talking with different businesses and different organizations about how they can have their employees reduce daily trips by doing some of these different things in their workplace. So overall, I would say those 3 new positions have really helped the day-to-day functions and helped the coordination between departments so that we work more closely together, and we're sort of working towards a strategic plan for transportation so that we're all on the same page and that we know what our roles are going forward in terms of transportation issues. We also received 4 new positions in FY17, 2 in capital planning section of our department, 1 in land development, and 1 in the long-range community planning division. And these positions have also helped us to keep up with the rapid pace of development and the new CIB initiatives. As many of you know, we have sort of recreated and improved our capital planning process to get back to doing it the way that I think the charter really envisioned, that the planning department would make recommendations to the Metro Council on how to prioritize different infrastructure projects, and we've directly tied a lot of those recommendations to the 2015 Nashville Next General Plan, and so that infrastructure improvements are in locations where the growth is occurring, so that the infrastructure improvements can be prioritized in centers and along corridors. So that's been a big focus of ours over the last year, and those new positions, the two new positions, have really helped to recreate that CIB process. Overall, we continue to be a very busy department, and we continue to work on lots of community planning efforts and engagement with different neighborhoods. Since Nashville Next was adopted in 2015, we haven't gone out and done overall community plan updates. We have 14 community plans throughout the county, but since those were updated with Nashville Next, what we've focused on is more like the hot spots around town where we see that there's a lot of development going on. We're out there trying to address some of those concerns that we see immediately. And so right now, for example, we're in the Highland Heights area on the east side of the river, and we're updating the community plan that is scheduled to go in front of the Planning Commission in May. We recently updated the Haynes Trinity community plan, that area along Trinity Lane in the north part of the city. We also continue to work on a plan for Music Row. We've been working with the Bloomberg folks to try to find ways to balance the property rights issues with the cultural preservation of Music Row, and that's been a really challenging effort that we've been looking at. We're studying transfer development rights and to try to find ways that will balance out the issues of both sides, where we recognize that there are property rights issues and where people want to, it's in a really hot market part of the city and people want to redevelop those properties. But from a city standpoint, Music Row has been designated as a national treasure, and we're trying to find ways to preserve as much of that character and culture as possible. So we're continuing to work on that. We're working with the Bloomberg folks on First Avenue, trying to find ways downtown to utilize the riverfront a little bit better and to make that a more vibrant area along the river, so that more people can activate that part of the First Avenue by using it more frequently. We're continually working with council members on new SPs and urban design overlays to address specific development concerns that council members have in their areas. We're looking at corridor plans. We're looking at rural areas, suburban areas, and such as Green Hills. We're looking at amending the UDO. We're looking at the Whites Creek area and Jolton area. There's a long list of urban design overlays and specific plans that council members have requested, and so we're always out working on those with the community and council members. And as Greg said, development activity is still high overall. I think it's leveling off. We don't see any significant decrease, but we were at kind of an all-time high over the last couple of years, and so I think what we've seen is it sort of plateau, and I don't anticipate any large decrease in the coming year or two. It looks like things are still going strong from a development standpoint, but we are at a manageable level, and so given where we are with the new staff that we have, I think we are in a position where we don't have to ask for any additional staff at this time, and the budget that we have right now is adequate for our needs. And George Rooker is going to talk about one of the special projects that he's been working on over the last year, and then after that, we can take whatever questions we have.
Yeah, we have a lot of projects underway at the planning department right now, but one in particular has some financial implications that I'd like to just share with you. And as you know, that we have a 2020 census coming up in the near future. Work's already begun on that. As we began to organize for that program and to start to verify the geographic data that the Census Bureau has and the property address information, we also began to look at our current population and what implications that might have on revenue that comes to metro government from the state of Tennessee. And what we realized is that we have had enough revenue growth, and we've had some annexations that allowed us to look at some opportunities to increase the revenue that we generated from the state shared revenue. Looked at a couple of different options, but we found that a couple of them were special census options were extremely expensive, and up into the tens of millions of dollars. And looking at some other options, we found that there was an opportunity to update our census, update our population numbers from the data from the previous census, which we were able to do, and increase our USD population numbers, which is going to generate about $1.7 million annually in additional state shared revenue that we would not have received had we not gone through that process. I think that cost us about $200 to file the application process at all. So we thought that was a pretty good return on investment. So for the next 3 years, next 3 fiscal years, we should receive approximately $1.7 million in additional revenue for a total of about $5.1 million. So we thought that was something of note we'd like to share. So.
That's good.
We'll take that one. Yeah, there's nothing but good news with these guys. You know, they have been extremely cooperative. You know, they come in with a status quo. They didn't flinch at a budget savings number, and then they bring me good news of more revenue. I don't have any questions.
So I've got one sort of what-if question, I guess. Let's assume the transit referendum passes in May. There's going to be a spike on TOD planning demand. Are we set up to handle that? Is that something you're looking at maybe a year later to try to get your arms around, or what's your current thinking on that?
Yeah, I think we're set up to handle that. I mean, I think that, if they all come at the same time, that would be challenging. But I think if we are dealing with them one at a time over a period of months or years, then I think we have adequate staff that can handle looking at those corridors and looking at what needs to be done. I mean, I think that a lot of the corridors have zoning that's in place already. I think it's more of looking at what types of design controls might need to go along with those transit, the TOD plans. I mean, like urban design overlays or specific plans. But I think the zoning, the base zoning, is probably adequate for most of the corridors. And so, and we've done a lot of these corridor plans already, and I don't think that it would be recreating the wheel with each one. I think once we start looking at the design characteristics that we know they're going to be somewhat mixed use with residential, I think each corridor might be a little bit different on what type of height there will be, but overall the design intent with each one is going to be similar. So I think we can handle looking at the number of those that we might see.
And I think the other good thing is that we're considering one now, a TOD, aren't we, Bob? Mm-hmm. And so we're going to have one under our belt so we can kind of figure out, what's...
The Lebanon Pike already had an urban design overlay in place, and so that made that one a little bit maybe easier, but I hesitate to say that. But that might not be the right. That might not be the right term.
I think you should probably ask this question on Friday.
Right.
Right. I think we may learn a little bit more at your meeting tomorrow about how difficult or easy these are.
Right. Yeah. So.
There are controversial sometimes. So.
Well, and it requires every agency of government to work together, and sometimes that's even harder than getting people to work together.
Right. There's a lot of issues that go with them, but a lot of the planning side, the design parts, I think we can handle that. There's a lot of other agencies that get involved that will have to weigh in on these too.
The only other thing I would add is I really appreciate you kind of going through the process of looking at the different cost options with the special census when we were discussing that, and you put a lot of work into that. And I'd say for spending a couple $100, and looking at more than $1 million in additional revenue per year, that was great work. Really appreciate you taking time to do that and doing such a good job with it.
We have a great team.
I know you do. I know you do. And So I'm looking forward to the city having the opportunity to select somebody new to lead the department. I think it's a moment where we really got to be forward leaning on that, because when the transit initiative passes in 40 something days, or maybe even less than 40 something days, it's gonna require us to communicate a lot with our neighbors about what it's going to mean, and start to bring people along in terms of the changes that it's going to entail in terms of improving the quality of life here, and giving people more opportunities to get around town in different ways. So, and I think the planning department is going to have to play a big role in that. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me step out there a second.